Sugar cravings are an absolute, and our Indian brains are hardwired to love sugar. Sweets indeed are one of the most tempting foods out there. Be it a simple candy, an indulgent dessert, or the good old mithai, we often blame our willpower when we are unable to resist them. We all know the more sugar we eat, the more sugar we crave. So, fixing our relationship with sugar is so important to control our weight, for our gut microbes, for hormonal imbalance, energy, mood, skin, and just almost everything. Your sugar cravings are telling you something. This is not just a matter of willpower and saying no to sweets. Sometimes the reasons could be beyond them and could be logically tackled, like increased stress. An increase in stress, whether emotionally, physically, or mentally, could be draining you out and causing issues for your body, for which you would be craving sugar. Our brain runs off sugar, so whenever there's an increase in stress, it needs more fuel to function. Lack of protein, the number one nutrient we are all lacking in. Low protein levels could mean an abnormal rise and fall in the blood sugar levels, which could pave the way for instant energy from sugar. Bad sleep. Did you know a single night's poor sleep can make you crave more junk and calorie-loaded foods the very next day? Apart from that, it also contributes to a slower metabolism and a harder time to focus and decide upon good nutrition choices. Underfueling and nutrient deficiencies. In the desire to have a perfect body, most of us do not consume enough calories. This causes us to seek out for instant energy, for which we crave sugar, most often in mid-afternoon or late evenings. Iron deficiency. Low iron levels can cause lethargy and lower down your energy levels, which will make you seek out more sugar, especially post-meals. Habit, memory, or boredom. Watch out if your sugar craving is more out of habit or just as a means of stimulation and boredom. Sometimes sugar cravings could also be driven by memories rather than bodily cues. Consistently having a certain food at a certain time creates a mental link. For example, if you tend to grab a snack at a cafe near your office at a certain time each afternoon, it is more out of a habit and less out of hunger. Some of the tips and tricks to deal with sugar cravings and get rid of them. Stay clear of all the low fat and processed foods and focus more on whole foods. A lot of low fat and non-fat foods are being marketed as the healthier alternatives for weight loss. These actually contain a lot of added sugar by the companies to compensate for the flavor. So it is best to stay clear of them as they would do more harm than good to us. Look at your protein and fat consumption. If you don't have enough protein and rely more on simple carbs, then that could be a reason why you don't feel sustained. Try working out each meal around protein as the main component and see how your life changes. Food sequencing. The sequence in which you consume the foods within a meal affect your satiety levels. Try beginning each meal with foods rich in water and fiber first, as they will line up the gut and slow down the absorption of carbs, which will improve your cravings post that meal. Next, have the proteins, then the carbs, and finally the highly palatable foods such as fat and flavor. Distraction, like going for a short walk. A craving usually lasts for 10 to 20 minutes maximum. So if you distract yourself with something else, like going for a drive, a walk, calling up a friend, taking a warm bath, or listening to music, anything to pass the time, dealing with the craving will become a lot easier. Drinking water. Sometimes drinking water can be the easiest way to deal with cravings. A lot of times what we perceive as a food craving is actually just thirst. So try to stay optimally hydrated and also incorporate some movement. In fact, vitamin D also plays a very important role. Sun exposure for 15 minutes from 8 am to 10 am can really prove to be helpful. Remove all the unnecessary temptations from your pantry. Make your wellness journey a lot easier and practical by keeping natural food sources around you and save yourself from a lot of willpower struggle. Remember, out of sight means out of mind. And lastly, moderation is the key. If we indulge in anything sweet, its best taste and the biggest dopamine release happens in the first bite. All the subsequent bites do not feel the same. So try to be mindful and limit your quantity, and it will be a worthwhile experience. At all costs, avoid any artificial sweeteners, specifically aspartame, which has been linked to Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and different types of cancers and heart diseases too.